woman was going on a first date with this man.
Right.
I guess she said she was running behind.
Okay.
She had to get her daughter something to eat. So she brings her daughter into his car, says, "Can you take me to the McDonald's?"
On the first date.
First date. So he takes her. Her daughter orders what sounds like a Happy Meal.
Okay.
And the man looked at the woman for the money to pay. And she apparently didn't like that.
Or vice versa. She might have looked at him for the money.
Well, it says like he looked at her basically.
Okay.
And she basically was like turned off by that. It's like he wasn't gonna get this pussy.
Right. Because he didn't want to pay for her daughter's little Happy Meal.
Right. Yeah. So honestly, hearing this off rip, I think she's in the wrong.
Okay. And why?
All right. So you're a mom. You know that you're going on a date. You know you have a daughter. You may want to like, why didn't you feed your daughter before this date? That's one. Two, why are you having your daughter go into this man's car on a first date? Like, you don't even know what kind of man this really is. Why is he even being introduced to your daughter so early? And then it's like, it's just not. If I'm a man and I schedule a date and I say I'm going to pick you up at a certain time, my thought is I'm going to pick you up and I already have the plan, like I'm taking you somewhere. The last thing I'm thinking is you're going to hit me with something like, take your daughter to get McDonald's. So now I take her. I go out of my way. I take her. And you're expecting me to pay for your daughter's food. I don't know your daughter. And this is like our first date. Why am I expected to pay for your daughter's food? Like, you're kind of inconveniencing me. And this is your child who's hungry. So I don't even see, like, she could be missing out on her blessing. What if he's a great guy, but at that moment he just felt like, this is my first time meeting you. I don't have any connection to your daughter. What am I doing? But he could be amazing. And you're going to write him off of that? Like, that's your responsibility to feed your child. And if it's just $6, then what's the issue? Reach into your pocket and pay for your daughter's food. That's just my take on it. How about you?
I agree. I feel like, all right, if we, like I said on the previous pod, maybe not the last episode, probably the one before that, women are the choosers. So I'm just speaking hypothetically. This guy probably asked her out on a date. You know what I'm saying? Or regardless of the fact, whether she asked him or not, it was agreed upon both of y'all that y'all were going to go on a date on this day. And like you said, if you knew you had a date with this guy for the first time, you should have took care of all your priorities prior to this date. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why? I don't care. Like, if you have to delay the date just to make sure that your daughter is fed,
right,
that's fine. Like, I would have, at least as a man, that lets me know, like, oh, all right, cool. She's putting her child first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shows responsibility. Like, I don't think the problem should have been that he didn't buy it. That's not the principle. It's just like, why am I meeting your daughter on the first date? One. And two, just because you offered me to get something, why does that
doesn't make it better?
Why does that make it any better for me to even want to pay? Because I'm getting something out of this? Like, no.
And it's like, if she offered, then that means that she was going to treat him.
Exactly. And we're going
on a date. Like, what, you're going to offer him so he can pay? Like,
we're going on a date. Why the hell am I about to get, what am I getting from McDonald's?
Right, like, he was probably going to pay for the whole date.
Exactly. I already probably didn't eat so that we can eat and really, like, enjoy the date and everything. But now you coming at me with these randoms, like, now I got to, like, what? Like, why am I meeting your...
Like, just for the inconvenience of him going out of his way to do that, she should have just paid off for it.
Exactly.
Just, not even that. The fact that it's your child that you want to feed, you should be paying.
I'm taking you and your daughter to go get your daughter something to eat, like, on our date time.
Right.
Not to be selfish, respectfully, like, we're on our date time now.
Yeah.
If we said we were going to meet at 4, and now it's like 3:30, and you're like,
I'm running behind. Can you get, like, no.
Okay, if you would have, I get it. Shit happen, life happens sometimes, but that's where communication comes in. You let me know, like, yo, you're going to be running a little late. You got to get your daughter something to eat, or you got something to do.
Yeah.
Why are you pulling me into this? What I got to do with this, with your daughter being fed? Respectfully. That's your responsibility. Like that's not mine.
I feel like we need to, as women, we need to stop putting so much pressure on the man too.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if you're gonna sit here, because she was like, oh, but it was just $6. Like it's not that. If it's not that big of a deal, you could have paid for it. And I just feel like we talk so much, even taking them off the table in general. I just wanted to say this: as women, we tend to kind of have these expectations from men, but then at the same time, we want to be like, oh, but I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I got my own. I do for me. So keep that same energy. Like I personally, even if I'm going out with someone, I make sure I have enough money to cover me and just in case to cover him or whoever else. And if I don't have it, I'm not leaving my house because you never know. Yeah. Like I've been in situations where you're at the front, you order the food, and then it's like you take out the card and you just end up paying because it like reduces the awkwardness to like look over at the guy and be like, hey, can you pay or how are we gonna do this? Are you gonna, like I'd rather just pay. So it's like if I know that I don't have it, I won't even go. But regardless, if I'm telling you to take me and my daughter so she can get something to eat, that's already my plan and I'm gonna pay for it.
Right.
Period.
Right.
So I don't know. That's just I thought that was just a little ratchet for me.
I feel like, to be honest, if I was in that situation, it was funny because like I sent this to other people to other men to kind of see like if what would they have done in this situation. And one of my peers, he told me like, yo, to be honest, I would have bought it. I would have bought the Happy Meal, and we would have still went out on a date, and that would have been the last time seen her. He would have probably ghosted her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who said that, but it's one of my peers, and I had to kind of sit back and I was opposed to that. I'm like, damn, like, would I have done that? Like me personally. Situations like that, unfortunately, I'm very black and white. I probably would have just like postponed the date. Like, yo, how about we just do this another day?
Yo, my stomach. I'm not really.
I would have probably came up with something. But after hearing what my peer said, I probably would have gave nah, fuck that. Nah.
I don't know. Me, if I was her, I would have just paid.
Nah, I'm sorry. She would have had to pay because I feel like, and this is not an attack on women, I feel like once we as men, I feel like once we allow certain shit without holding that woman accountable for certain things, I feel like a lot of shit just gets allowed and gets thrown under the rug from that point because you already allowed some fuck shit to happen from the jump. I feel like you got to kind of nip things in the bud to kind of set the tone to let people know that, yo, like, I respect you and I respect myself too, but, like, I'm not going to, like, I have boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have boundaries and...
You're crossing it right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't want to do these things for you. I just feel like the point that we at right now is just, like... I don't feel the need or I don't know, like I just don't see myself doing that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta build, we gotta you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta have some type of chemistry.
It was already a red flag when she brought her child into the car. Yeah. It's just like again, I don't know how well she knew this man.
I don't feel like they knew. I mean, how much did she know him? Because it's like you already to cancel. Right. You're ready to cancel him because he didn't want to pay for your child.
So it's like she didn't really know him that well. And so already, why you bring he could have been a psychopath and drove them to like the middle of the woods and chopped them up into a million pieces.
And like, you ready to cancel him on giving him the box?
Right.
Like you're not even giving him the shot. Well, like damn, like the first thing that came to your mind was like, well, he would never get this pussy if.
Like,
why is that the
first? You were already. Was that the plan on the first date?
You see
anyway?
what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like I see through too deep into things.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would have turned me off completely.
She turned me off.
Yo, to be
honest,
the
whole situation.
And
turned me off.
She's an attractive ass female.
She is really pretty.
She's really why I clicked on the video. Like I seen her short haircut. I'm like, oh, who is that? Click. And then when she said that, like all those looks went out the window.
And you could have been a potential guy in the future. You never know. And she just blocked you off too.
She blocked so much. She probably blocked so many blessings off of that one little clip.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It was very just distasteful.
So yeah.
It just made